I can zoom across and show some more images. And I can mark that particular one and draw the iliac vessels. I'll just change the colour. And I can erase. So do you want a few more minutes, Mario? You ready? Good. Yeah, so that's ViewBox. I'll just give control back to Mario, so I've used my 4 fingers pushing up to reveal this bar down the bottom there. As I scroll across, I can see the little icon which represents the Apple TV icon. This little one here with like a TV with an arrow. Because if I tap that, I can now turn mine off and Mario can turn his screen on.
Okay, so we have a limited amount of time because we'd like to start session 4 in about 10 minutes. So what we thought we would do is just skip a few of the apps that we were going to show you, but there is one that I'd really like to show you because you have it on your iPads, and it's called Visible Body. So if you can find this app on your iPad, it's called Visible Body. It's actually Visible Body 2, but Visible Body should be on your iPad. So there we go. Oh, sorry, it's called Anatomy Atlas on your iPad. And I think it's on the last page. Actually, the icon has changed, so maybe if we... So if anyone can't find it, just raise your hand. Great. So it's called Anatomy Atlas. It's that one there. And it's this one here, Anatomy Atlas. Yes, the icon has just been updated, I realised, in the time that I've used it. So this one here. Yep. So often the developers update their apps. Sometimes they update the icon of the app. So that's what's happened here. So this is an example of a whole body virtual anatomy app. So yesterday I showed you, and you had a look at Muscle System Pro, which was a muscle app. So it was a virtual muscle app. This particular app covers the entire human body. So if your students or you are looking to buy just one app instead of one for muscles and one for bone and one for the heart, if you just want to buy one, then look for whole body atlases like Visible Body, and there's another one called Essential Body. Oops. I've just lost the connection, so we'll just bring that back. This is actually the very first anatomy app that I bought. It's a human anatomy atlas. It has male and female models, which is handy. It has over 3,500 anatomical structures shown. Students can zoom, rotate and tilt. They can carry out virtual dissections. There's thumbnails so they can quickly find anatomical structures. They can find the definition of these structures and share images as well. So I will now tap on this up. And we'll just go to home. So most of you probably have this screen here. If you tap at the bottom, there's a button called Atlas. So just here is Atlas. So if you tap on that, okay. Great, so you should see some thumbnails as well. So if you tap on any of these tabs here on the left, there's skeletal, regional, reproduction, digestive, respiratory. So I've tapped on skeletal, and you'll see a page of thumbnail images. Basically, this allows you to jump straight to the structure that you're looking for or the region that you're looking for. So for example, 28 is elbow joint. So maybe in tomorrow's lab, you want the students to learn about the elbow joint. So if you tap on the elbow joint, it will now bring up the virtual animation of that. You can use your fingers to swipe. So one finger rotates the elbow left and right. If you swipe up and down, you can also look underneath that joint. You can use your fingers to pinch, zoom in and out. You can tap any structure. So I see in this picture a large blue vein. So if I tap on that vein, oops, the vein is highlighted, and you can see at the top here the name of the vein, but you can also press so, well, that's showing the name at the top there. Okay. Oops. Okay, so that's the cephalic vein. You can also get rid of or dissect through the structures. So if you're more interested in the muscle, you can see that there's some buttons here: define, show, fade, hide, and multiple select. So if you click define, that will bring up some information about the cephalic vein. If you click fade or hide, if we click hide, that will remove that structure so that you can see the underlying or deeper structures. If we click multiple select, we can select lots of structures and hide them all later. Okay, so we can slowly dissect through the tissue. So maybe have a minute, spend a minute looking at this app. You can move around to other regions of the body. Remember, you can always tap the skeleton tab on the left to go back to the tabs. You might want to try something else like digestive system or nervous system if you want to see the brain, for example. If you want to move the image left and right, you use 3 fingers. So 3 fingers on the screen lets you move left, right, up and down. 1 finger lets you spin around and around. Let's say there was something that you were looking for. So you wanted to show the students, let's say, the aortic valve of the heart. You can also do a search. So I might go into so it doesn't matter what I go into. There's a search button at the bottom. So if I tap on the search, I can search by keyword or name. So let's type in aortic valve and done. And the app will search for the aortic valve, bring up all of the images where the valve appears. We can tap on one of those. So I might go back. Okay, and this is hidden by muscles. We should search for the aortic valve in the right system, circulatory. So I'll try that one again. Let's pick the heart. Let's do a search. Okay, so it's now found the valve and there's information there. Okay, this app also has quizzes, so you can pick the region and do a quiz on it. And students could also, so for example, there's anterior forearm. You could complete a quiz using this app. And students can also annotate the images and share the annotations. There's also a few animations at the bottom. For example, here's an animation showing breathing. Many of the animations you have to pay for, so don't worry about those, but there are a few that are free. Okay, so maybe if you've got 2 or 3 minutes, you can continue to explore this app and we'll just float around and answer any questions. Session tomorrow using the resources that we've brought and the resources that you have. Do you want to talk?
So to get you started in this process, there are 3 tables here and there's paper on the table. We would like you to select which workstation you would like to be with. So there's one on bone, there's one on the muscles, and the one with the wet lab specimens. After lunch, when you come back, we'll show you how to use your camera on your iPad to take some images of those specimens. We'll also show you how to create a little video, a little short video clip using iMovie on your iPad. Also, Mario will show you how to use Pages to create some questions for your students, and Mario will also demonstrate Keynote as well, how to create a little Keynote presentation. So this is the content that you'll be creating to give to your students tomorrow, to work with your students on it. So if you just spend the next, say, we've got basically 20 minutes before lunch, just brainstorming some ideas. What apps would you like to use to show the particular muscles, bones of the forearm? What models do you think you can bring back and take images of? How will you construct some questions around those models and those apps? Okay? Thanks.
Maybe this muscle activity. You, even on pen and paper, if we just basic. So really, just have a look at this. Maybe we also yes. You find
You can use your finger to actually draw on the diagram and then cast it. So with the yellow with your finger, you can draw out there. That would say students and then what?
ส่วนของ original process ส่วน colloid process เป็นที่ยึดเกาะของกล้ามเนื้ออะไรบ้างทีนี้นะคะในโปรแกรมก็จะบอกว่าสีเขียวคือกระดูกอะไรนะและส่วนต่างๆของกระดูกนะเรียกแต่เอาหน้าจากเศษการแล้วของเป็นทั้งหมดของเป็นหน้าก็คือInterosseous membrane เป็นตัวแบ่งเดินค่ะโดยแต่ละของมันมีกี่มัดคะซิลูมีกี่มัดจากนิ้วกลางเฟกเซอร์มีขนาดนะมีเยอะที่ขนาดก็อยู่ด้านบนอันนี้นะคะก็จะเป็นโมเดลนะตั้งของพวกเฟกเซอร์ทำลายเลเซอร์เอ็กซ์ลงกับทำอันนี้ก็ให้ดูเฟกเซอร์ทำลายอนาลิซิสที่มี2หัวหนึ่งเกาะคิวมัดหนึ่งที่เลี้ยงด้วยอำนาจเดิมตรงกลางด้วยเฟกเซอร์ทำลายเรเดียลลิสมีเดียออริจินอินเซอร์ชันแอคชั่นเลิฟอินโนเวชั่นของภาพนี้จะเป็นภาพกล้ามเนื้อที่เป็นชั้นแรกนะเรารู้ว่ากล้ามเนื้อของไปกับส่วนที่เป็นลิฟต์แบคทีเรียของตัวอาร์